on satellite, on Freeview, on cable, on radio, on mobile, on the web and around the world. This is First at 9 on Derana 24/7.
Another building in trouble. Relocation order given on 24 families as their housing complex is in danger of sinking. Police assault. Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission is ready to investigate Friday's attack on a protest in Hambantota. Banker against bankers. Allegations levelled against 3 state bank heads claiming they were appointed through politics. Unitary or united? MP Dinesh Gunawardena slams terminology in the interim report on the Constitution. Making headlines from the sporting arena. Shaky start. Pakistan falters in their chase of a mammoth target. Who will prevail?
Big shot here, Given. Fingers gone up.
Bringing you news from home and across the world, this is First at 9 on Derana 24/7. Good evening, I'm Katharina Chang. On to your local news tonight, the Minister of Finance and Mass Media announced today that the appropriation bill for the first reading of the 2018 budget will be tabled in Parliament tomorrow. State Minister of Finance Iran Wickramaratne will carry out the duty of tabling the bill in Parliament as Finance Minister Mangala Samaravira is attending a World Bank summit in Washington. According to the appropriation bill presented to the Cabinet of Ministers by the Finance Minister recently, the expected amount of state expenditure for 2018 is 3,982 billion rupees. State income, including grants, amounts to 2,175 billion rupees. The appropriation bill for the second reading will be tabled in Parliament on the 9th of November. Minister of Finance further announced that the public may submit their ideas and proposals until the 18th of October. Sri Jawaharlal Kotte Municipal Commissioner Vasanthi Ratna Pala today ordered a temporary relocation of the residents of the Angampitiya housing complex constructed by the Sri Jawaharlal Municipal Council. The complex, constructed approximately 1.5 years ago, is in danger of sinking, leaving 24 families in a state of distress. The new Angampitiya housing complex was constructed upon orders of former Mayor of Kotte Municipal Council Janak Ranavaka following the demolition of the older housing complex built in 1997. The complex, which previously consists of 12 housing units, was expanded to 24 housing units under the new construction plan and was opened to the public on the 11th of April last year. The building, amounting to a value of 48 million rupees, is currently in danger of sinking despite having been newly built. Even though it has been only 1.5 years since its opening, the building appears to cave in with cracks on its walls. The reports released on the 29th of September by National Building Research Organisation upon the orders of the Municipal Commissioner says there are large hollow areas beneath the foundation of the building and that necessary partitions have not been placed.
There
are 24 families here. I have forwarded letters to all 24. However, only 12 have been accepted. I'm in the process of arranging accommodation for them. We are arranging a separate hut for them to store their belongings along with accommodation at the Angampitiya Primary Medical Care Unit. I spoke to the Chief Secretary and he instructed me to shift these individuals to the Disaster Management Center in Kolonnawa. However, they do not like to relocate owing to their professional and educational commitments.
Meanwhile, the former Mayor of the Kotte Municipal Council, Janak Ranavaka, also expressed views on the matter.
2016 ජූනි 30 වෙනිදා බෝට්ටේ මහනගර සභාව විසිරුවා හැරියා පළාත් පාලන ආයතන ඒ අතරතුර කාලයේදී නිවසියන් සහ නාගරික මන්ත්‍රීවරු කිහිප දෙනෙක් සැරින් සැරේට මේකේ තියෙන අඩුපාඩු නගර සභාවට දැනුවත් කරලා තියෙනවා. කනගාටු තරුණ තමයි මහ සභාවට ඉංජිනේරුවරු වාර්තාවක් මේකේ තත්ත්ව විමර්ශන වාර්තාවක් කවදාවත් ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ. මේ නිලධාරීන් මහ සභාව නොමග ඇව්වා. වැඩක් බැරි මිනිහෙක්ට කොන්ත්‍රාත් එක දීපු නිසා අස් ජනතාව බොහොම අසරණ වෙලා තියෙනවා. මේ රටේ ඉන්න රාජ්‍ය නිලධාරීන් 150කට කම්බහුරු නිසා තමයි මේ වගේ තත්ත්වයක් උද්ගත වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. අතිකර ජනාධිපතිතුමා මම ඉල්ලීමක් කරා ඊයේ දවසේදී මේ සම්බන්ධ නිසි ක්‍රියාමාර්ග අරගෙන මේ අහිංසක ජනතාවට සුදුසු ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගන්නා ලෙසත්
The Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission has taken steps to launch an investigation into the incident where the Assistant Superintendent of Police of Hambantota assaulted an individual during a protest organised by the joint opposition in Hambantota this Friday. Meanwhile, the youth who was assaulted while he was in remand custody was transferred to the Mathura General Hospital for further treatment.
Our cameras captured the manner in which ASP of Hambantota Police, Tushara Daluwatta, assaulted a youth who had been arrested by police during the protest organised by the joint opposition in Hambantota. Although a doctor from the Debarawava hospital recommended that the youth be hospitalised owing to internal bleeding in the ear, he was presented before the Hambantota magistrate and was later placed under remand custody. However, prison's media spokesperson Tushara Upuldeniya said that the condition of the youth deteriorated, adding that he was admitted to the Tangol hospital upon doctor's recommendation. Meanwhile, media spokesperson of the Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission, Attorney-at-Law Saliya Piris, said that the commission decided to launch investigations on the assault. He added that although they have not received an official complaint, the commission decided to conduct investigations starting tomorrow based on footage uploaded on social media. Meanwhile, police media spokesperson ASP Ruwan Gunasekara said that UPFA Western Provincial Councillor Upali Kodikara, Southern Provincial Councillor Sampath Atukorala and convener of the Maubima Wenwen Ranaviruwa organisation, Major Ajit Prasanna, are to provide statements at the Hambantota police tomorrow. Condemning the aggressive behaviour displayed by the police, UPFA MP Sisira Jayakodi says that the joint opposition will lodge a complaint with the National Police Commission citing violation of human rights. He made this remark at a media briefing held in Colombo today.
මේ පහර දීම කිසිසේත්ම සාධාරණ නැහැ. පොලිසිය තමුන්ගේ බල සීමාව පොලිස් නිලධාරීන් බල සීමාව ඉක්මවා කටයුතු කිරීම පවතිනවා. නිරායුධ උද්ඝෝෂකයන්ට විතරක් මේ ජනමාධ්‍යවේදීන්ට පවා පහර දෙනවා. තමුන්ගේ බල සීමාව අතික්‍රමණය කරමින් තමයි පොලිසිය කටයුතු කරන්නේ. මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් ඒකාබද්ධී පක්ෂයේ විදියට අපි පොලිස් කොමිසමට යනවා. ඒ වගේම මූලික අයිතිවාසිකම් කඩවීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් නඩු පවරන්න අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම අද රජය උතුරට පොලිස් බලය දෙනවා. දකුණට බැටම් පහර එල්ල කරනවා. ඒ නිසා රටේ ජාතික සම්පත් විකුණන වෙලාවේ විකුණන් කරන වෙලාවේ අද සමහරු ඊටාම නිහඬ එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ ජාතික සම්පත් විකිණීමේ ප්‍රතිපත්තියට ගැති වෙලා කටයුතු කරන බව පේනවා.
The hunger strike organised by the AntiSeitan Protesters at the Fort Railway Station was carried out by a consecutive 49 days today. Parents of students who had lost their lives during previous student protests also joined the AntiSeitan protests today.
My children fought against the privatization of medical faculty of Dragama. I'm here for my children, although they are not here anymore. I plead the government to transform the Seitan as a place where our poverty-stricken children can study.
Meanwhile, President of Parents Association of the Private Medical College, Gamunu Vijayaratne, convened a media briefing in Colombo today. He emphasised that the union will discuss the matter of Seitan henceforth with Minister of Health Dr. Rajitha Senaratne and not with Minister of Higher Education Lakshman Kiriyalla. Meanwhile, Minister of Health Dr. Rajitha Senaratne emphasises that despite media spotlight on certain health sector employees, majority of the employees in the sector remain dedicated to the public who are in need. He made the remark at an event held in Kotikavatta yesterday.
අද සමහර අය මේ සේවය කරන නොයෙකුත් නොමනා වැඩ නිසා රට පුරා මිනිසුන් මම යන තැන්වලත් මාත් එක්ක නොයෙකුත් ඒවා කියනවා. ඒ හැම තැනකම මම කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ දකින්නේ මේ පත්තර වලින් ටීවී එකෙන් කතා කරන මේ සෞඛ්‍ය සේවයේ ඉන්න කට්ටිය විතරයි. නමුත් අතිමහත් බෞද්ධරය ඔයගොල්ලෝ දකින්නේ නැහැ. ඒ අය මට බොහෝ වෙලාවට හම්බ වෙනවා. එයා බොහෝ වෙලාවට මගේ අමාත්‍යාංශයට එනවා. සමහරව ඇවිල්ලා ඒ වෛද්‍යවරු අධ්‍යක්ෂකවරු මගෙන් ඉල්ලන්නේ කොහොම දේවල් ඉල්ලන්නේ රෝහලට පහසුකම්. එයා කිසි එක්කෙනෙක් තමන්ගේ ක්වාටර්ස් එක ගැන, තමන්ගේ වාහනේ පාක් කරන ගරාජ් එකක් ගැන, වෙනත් පහසුකමක් ගැන මොකොත් කතා කරන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒක පේන්නේ නැහැ. ජනතාවට පේන්නේ මාධ්‍යයට ඇවිල්ලා නොයෙකුත් නොසන්ඩාල විදියට කතා කරන, විදුලි කොටනවා වගේ වැඩ වර්ධන කරන මෙන්න මේ ක්‍රියාදාමයන් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. නමුත් මෙතන සැඟවුණු අර්ථය තමයි මේකෙන් අතිමහත් බහුතරය එසේ වෙනවා නම් අපේ රටේ සෞඛ්‍ය තත්ත්වය මේ තරම් ඉහළ මට්ටමක හිටින්නේ.
UPFA MP Dinesh Gunawardena says that questionable interpretation of the Tamil word used for unitary in the interim report on Constitutional Assembly have led to confusing social and political debate. He made these remarks at an event held in Kandy today. The event to launch the book Unitary State of Sri Lanka and the 13th Amendment, published by the Dasarasa organisation, was held at the Pushpadana Assembly Hall in Kandy today. Leader of Mahajan Eksat Peramuna, MP Dinesh Gunawardena, presided over the event.
ඒකීය රාජ්‍ය කියන වචනේ නීතිය ඉදිරියේ ව්‍යවස්ථාව ඉදිරියේ ලෝකේ අර්ථ නිරූපණය කරන්නේ යුනිටරි කියන වචනේ. සම්බන්ධන් මහතා ප්‍රධාන එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ නියෝජිතයන් මේ කොමිටියේ දිගටම ඉඩ දීම නිසා තමයි ඒ යෝජනාව මේ වාර්තාවට ආවේ. මේ වාර්තාව ජනතාව අතරට පත්විය යුතුයි. ඒකේ තියෙනවා ඒකීය රාජ්‍ය නැමැති සිංහල පදයේ නොමැදුණු සහ බෙදිය නොහැකි රටක් යන්න මනාව විස්තර වේ. මේ හා සමාන දෙමළ පදය වන්නේ ඔරුමිත්ත නාඩු. ඒකත් බොරුවක්. හොඳයි. අපි සිංහලයි කියන දේ අකමැති පිළිගන්නේ නැහැ කියමු. අපි සිංහලයි කියන දේ ජනාධිපති පිළිගන්නේ නැහැ කියමු. ඩග්ලස් දේවානන්ද කමිටු සමාජිකයෙක් කැටියට ලියලා දීලා තියෙනවා මේ දෙමළ වචනේ වැරදි කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ 72 ආණ්ඩු ක්‍රම ව්‍යවස්ථාවේ තියෙන දෙමළ වචනේ නෙමෙයි මේ දාලා තියෙන්නේ. 78 ආණ්ඩු ක්‍රම ව්‍යවස්ථාවේ ඒකීය රාජ්‍යයට තියෙන දෙමළ වචනේ නෙමෙයි මේ දාලා තියෙන්නේ. මේ දාලා තියෙන්නේ ඒකාබද්ධ වූ කියන වචනය දෙමළ භාෂෙන්. ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂෙන් යුනිටරි වලට දානවා undivided කියන වචනය. සිංහලෙන් ඒකීය රාජ්‍යයට අතිරේකව දානවා නොබෙදුණු කියන වචනය. කොහෙද බෙදලා තියෙන්නේ?
General Secretary of the Janata Vimukti Peramuna, Tilvin Silva, says that the time has come for the government to rehabilitate political prisoners who are in prison for a long time and return them to society soon. He made his remark at a special media briefing held in Jaffna today.
මේ දේශපාලන සිරකරන්ගේ ප්‍රශ්න ටිකක් බරපතල ප්‍රශ්නයක් බවට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා පහුගිය කාලේ දිගටම අපේ රටේ මානව හිමිකම් සංවිධාන අපි කවුරුත් මේ දේශපාලන හේතුන් මත සිරකර සිටින අයගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ වහ විසඳන්න යයි නිදහස් කරන කෙන ඉල්ලීම දිගටම කරගෙන ගියා. ඒ නිසා දැනට අධිකරණ දඬුවම් ලැබපු කිසියම් පිරිසක් තාම සිරගත වෙලා ඉන්නවා. අපි හිතනවා ආණ්ඩුව මැදිහත් වෙලා දැන් මේ අය සිරගත වෙලා හිටිය හොඳටම ඇති, දුක් විඳ හොඳටම ඇති. ඒ නිසා මේ අය සමාජගත කිරීමට වහම පියවර ගත යුතුයි.
Silva also says that the JVP will continue to render their support towards the passage of the new constitution amidst challenges.
ආණ්ඩුව තා පැහැදිලිව කියලා තියෙනවා ලංකාවේ බුද්ධ ආගමට විඥාන වෙනස් කරන්නෙත් නැහැ, අනිත් ආගම් සඳහා තියෙන අවස්ථාව වෙනස් කරන්නෙත් නැහැ කියලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ අතර ඒකීයද නැත්නම් සංධීයද කියන වචන අල්ලගෙනත් දැන් විවිධ සාකච්ඡා පටන් ගන්න තියෙනවා. අපි හිතනවා දැන් මේක තමයි ලංකාවේ පළවෙනි අවස්ථාව, ව්‍යවස්ථාවක් පාර්ලිමේන්තුව තුළ සාකච්ඡා කරලා ජනතාවගේ අදහසුත් අරගෙන ජනමත විචාරණයකින් සම්මත කරන යන පළවෙනි අවස්ථාව. අපිට වාදයක් තිබිය යුත්තේ වචන අල්ලගෙන නෙවෙයි. ඒ වෙනුවට ව්‍යවස්ථාව ඇතුලේ ව්‍යවස්ථාවේ හරයෙන් ජනතාවට දිනා ගන්න පුළුවන් අයිතිවාසිකම් මොනවද කියන එක සාකච්ඡා කරනවා මිසක් මේ වචන අල්ලන් සාකච්ඡා කිරීමෙන් වෙන දේ තමයි මොකක් හරි ජනතාවට අයිතියක් වාසියක් ලබා ගන්න තියෙන අවස්ථාවට බාධා විය හැකියි. අපි හිතන්නේ මේ තියෙන අභියෝග මැද වුණත් ව්‍යවස්ථාව සම්මත කරගත්තොත් අපිට හොඳයි කියලා. ඒ වෙනුවෙන් අපි මැදිහත් වෙනවා.
The Sri Lanka Human Rights Centre alleges that appointments of chairpersons to state banks have been based on political affiliations, leading to several issues. These allegations were made by former bank officer Rusirapala Tendukun during a media briefing of the Sri Lanka Human Rights Centre held in Colombo today.
කරුණානායක ඇමතිවරයා කැඳවනවා බැංකුවල ප්‍රධානී රාජ්‍ය බැංකුවල. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉල්ලන්න එපා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉල්ලනවා නම් අඩු ගානකට ඉල්ලන්න. කොච්චර ලස්සනට මේක සැලසුම් කරලා තියෙනවද? එක්කෙනෙකුටවත් කොන්දක් තිබිලා නැහැ. අහන්න එදා ඒ රැස්වීමේදී ඔබතුමා බැංකු බාර ඇමතිවරයා නෙවෙයි. ඔබතුමාට මේ උපදේශය දෙන්න තියෙන අයිතිය මොකක්ද කියලා අහන්න එක බැංකු සභාපතිවරයෙකුටවත් කොන්දක් තිබිලා නැහැ. ජනතාව හැටියට අපිට නිගමනය කරන්න වෙන්නේ උන්නැහැලත් මේකට සම්බන්ධයි කියලා. මෙතෙන්දී බලපාපු පළවෙනි ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි මේ බැංකු තුනේම ඉන්න දේශපාලන පත්වීම් ලැබූ සභාපතිවරු එක්කෙනෙක්වත් බැංකුකරුවෝ නෙමෙයි. මහජන මුදල් අවභාවිතා නොවන ආකාරයට තීන්දුව තීරණ ගැනීමට ශක්තියක් තියෙන ඒ ක්ෂේත්‍රයේ පිළිබඳ දැනීමක් තියෙන අය ඒවට පත් කළ යුතුයි.
You are watching Sri Lanka's #1 news channel, Derana 24/7.
Welcome back to the news. Now, there was a time when owning a mobile phone was both a luxury and a privilege. But today, you would be hard-pressed to find one who hasn't got one. They come in various sizes and designs and have become fashion statements in certain social tiers. Despite their obvious use and allure, overuse of mobile phones may have a negative impact. First at 9's Anuradha Fonseca brings you this report.
How do you see the mobile phone that is at your child's hands? Perhaps you see it as a device that keeps them engaged and distracted for hours from your busy life. But we have a revelation to make.
The mere mention of the words mental illness brings a multitude of things to mind. Little do we think that excessive dependency or internet addiction, to be more precise, could well be among them. The dark truth is that it is. Internet addiction syndrome is diagnosed in many children. DSM-5 is the most recent classification of mental health illnesses. Internet addiction syndrome and gaming disorder are included in one of its sections, accompanied by a recommendation for a social debate on the issue.
It is the same addiction principle as a child getting addicted to alcohol, smoking or drugs. There's a reward and pleasure center in the brain where when one uses the internet excessively, there's dopamine concentration increasing the prefrontal area of the brain, and there's brain structural changes and blood flow changes. There will be difficulties in prioritizing tasks. So this is very harmful to the developing brain.
What should concern parents about their children using the internet is that there are withdrawal symptoms when addicted to digital screens. They could get restless, angry, could clash with peers, and could become quarrelsome with parents. It will lead to the eventuality of skipping studies and in some cases lead to serious repercussions such as depression. That, however, is not the end of it. Consequences of this addiction go beyond the psychological realms and extend to physical side as well.
Physically, the children are very static, staying in one place, so they can later get many illnesses, maybe diabetes, maybe hypertension, because there's less activities in their life. So much so that they use the internet excessively, their eyes become dry, and sometimes there can be vision problems. They do not hear some frequencies.
What if a child is already addicted to mobile phones or other devices?
As treatment, actually, there are children who are coming to us with internet addiction. What we do with them is we educate them. There's a lot of public awareness programs on internet use. So there's a lot of psychotherapy that we give. A lot of counseling has been done. For this particular internet addiction, there's only prevention. Therefore, we have to make sure our children are not making the computer their best friend, but their best friend should be their parents.
It is obvious that mobile phones have negative impacts on your child's brain. But with the developing technology, can we keep them boxed away from mobile phones altogether?
We have to critically and more in a deconstructive way look at the technological device. So I personally believe that these devices are good, but on the other hand, reduce or control the real socialization process. But we have to have a kind of balance between the technological device and the knowledge generation production. Especially we know that even the present government is planning out to bring some kind of tabs or other technological devices to promote the child education. But we have to take it very serious and challenging way in order to protect the personality development and child development.
So what can we take out of all this? As with any other object or even a concept, abuse leads to ill effects. The internet, computers, mobile phones, all these things are invented for the betterment of mankind. Even the likes of mobile phones, when abused, could bring out adverse effects. Next time when you hand your child a mobile phone, just to have a break from his or her attention, think twice.
The 15-hour water cut effective from 2 p.m. today will continue till 5 a.m. tomorrow in the areas of Muragasmulla, Rajagiriya, Obesekarapura and Bandaranaikpura in Colombo. The water cut will also be effective for the main road from Rajagiriya to the Open University premises in Navala. Let's now take a look at some other stories making news across Sri Lanka. Provincial Council member M.K. Shivajalingam requested the President and the government to release 160 Tamil prisoners that are currently detained at government penitentiary institutes. Northern Provincial Councillor Shivajalingam made this plea from the President following his visit to Anuradhapura prison yesterday. He also pointed out that 3 of the inmates who were arrested under the Prevention of Terrorism Act are engaged in a hunger strike in protest of their imprisonment. 12 individuals were hospitalized earlier this morning in Anuradhapura following a collision between a van and a parked truck which was transporting roof tiles. Reports say injured individuals were admitted to the Nauchiyagama hospital even though none have sustained severe injuries. Compass 2017, the annual conference organized by the Department of Chemical and Process Engineering of the University of Moratuwa, was held recently for the 3rd consecutive time. The conference, which was held under the theme of Process Engineering for a Sustainable Future, focused on bridging the gap between existing industrial practices and trending chemical engineering. Heightening the suspense over the North Korean missile threat, US President Donald Trump says only one thing will work in dealing with North Korea. He made the remark in a tweet citing the failure of previous administrations to rein in Pyongyang.
Taking to Twitter, US President Donald Trump stated that 25 years of negotiations, agreements and massive payments had not worked, quote, making fools of US negotiators, unquote. He added that there was only one solution. When asked for clarification by media, Trump's reply was vague.
What's the one thing that'll work? Well, you'll figure that out pretty soon.
Huge explosions rocked a natural gas station and a petrol station in Ghana's capital, Accra, last night, killing 6 people and injuring 35 others. The blast forced a mass evacuation from the area.
Reports suggest a tanker delivering natural gas caught fire at around 7:30 p.m. local time. The blast sent a giant fireball into the sky and forced residents to flee the area. It also triggered a second explosion and a fire at a petrol station nearby. The blaze was later brought under control, but there are fears that the death toll could rise further.
Hurricane Nate slammed into the U.S. yesterday, bringing strong winds, torrential rain and a threat of storm surges to the U.S. Gulf Coast. The Category 1 storm, which killed at least 25 people in Central America, sustained wind speeds of up to 137 kilometers per hour.
Hurricane Nate made landfall near the mouth of the Mississippi River in Louisiana late yesterday. Moving north, it made a second landfall at Biloxi in Mississippi. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, New Orleans and parts of Florida earlier issued warnings and evacuation orders amid fears of rapidly rising sea waters.
Let's now take a look at some other stories making news across the world.
More than 250 people have been arrested as opposition supporters held protests in some 80 cities across Russia, coinciding with the 65th birthday of Russian President Vladimir Putin. The protesters demand that jailed opposition leader Alexei Navalny be allowed to contest in 2018 presidential elections. The authorities said most of the protests were illegal because they had not been officially approved beforehand. 11 people were injured yesterday when a car collided with pedestrians near London's Natural History Museum, one of the British capital's busiest tourist areas. Authorities say the incident was a traffic accident, refuting reports of a terror attack. Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy warns any declaration of independence by the autonomous region of Catalonia will have no effect, adding that he is not ruling out suspending the region's autonomy. In an interview with Spanish media, he also rejected any mediation to resolve the crisis. Meanwhile, thousands of people rallied across the country for Spanish unity in response to last Sunday's disputed independence referendum in Catalonia.
We will join you on the other side with some business news.
You are watching Sri Lanka's premier news channel, Derana 24/7.
Sri Lanka's finance ministry signed an agreement this week to modernize and improve the efficiency of the country's financial sector, which in turn will help small businesses and entrepreneurs compete in the market and create better jobs. The new financial sector modernization project is financed through a $75 million loan from the International Development Association of the World Bank. This 5-year project will be implemented by regulators of the financial sector, the Central Bank, Securities and Exchange Commission and the Insurance Board of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's Fitch Ratings has affirmed the national long-term ratings on the 5 small and mid-sized Sri Lankan banks. The affirmations follow Fitch's periodic review of small and mid-sized Sri Lanka banks and are driven by the bank's intrinsic profiles.
Issuing a release this week, Fitch states that they expect the bank's capitalization to remain thin in the medium term as they are likely to sustain a strong increase in loans. The impact of the implementation of SLFRS 9 in 2018 could also significantly reduce the bank's capital positions. Fitch states asset quality risks are greater for these banks due to their greater exposure to retail and SME customer segments, which could be susceptible to economic downturns.
You are watching Sri Lanka's trusted news brand, Derana 24/7.
Chasing a mammoth target of 482 in their first innings of the second test against Sri Lanka, Pakistan lost their expected start and gradually crumpled, beginning with the scalps of opener Shan Masood and Sami Aslam. They are currently on 246 runs for the loss of 8 wickets at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium.
Openers Shan Masood and Sami Aslam opened batting for Pakistan and were 51 for no loss at stumps yesterday. Debutant right-arm quick Lahiru Gamage picked up his first test wicket by dismissing Shan Masood for 16.
Gonski! That's the one!
Sami Aslam was dismissed by Dilruwan Pereira for 39. Azad Shafiq was dismissed by Surangal Akmal, while Babar Azam was dismissed by Rangana Herat. Harry Sohail, tonight's high scorer for Pakistan, scored a half-century, while Azhar Ali too joined the half-century list. Dilruwan Pereira clinched the wicket of captain Sarfaraz Ahmed, while Mohammad Amir was dismissed by Rangana Herat.
Big shout, big appeal. Give them!
Fourth-seeded Belgian David Goffin Frenchman Adrian Manarino 6-3-7-5 in the Japan Open final in Tokyo today to secure his first ATP 500 trophy. The win in Tokyo was Goffin's fourth career title and second of the season after his ATP 250 Shenzhen Open triumph last Sunday.
26-year-old Goffin was dominant from the start and broke Manarino to take a 3-1 lead in the opener and maintained the one-break advantage to claim the set. World number 31 Manarino rallied in the second set and broke Goffin to take a 4-2 lead. The in-form Belgian, however, responded by breaking the Frenchman immediately and once more in the 11th game as he charged to victory in straight sets.
You are watching Sri Lanka's award-winning news channel, Derana 24/7.
Let's now cross over to Sadhin Upeka at the Derana Weather Centre with your forecast for the next 24 hours.
Good evening and welcome to the Weather Centre. Starting off with your temperatures for tomorrow, they are to vary between 20 and 34 degrees Celsius. Several spells of showers will occur in the western, Sabaragamuwa, northwestern and central provinces along with the Galle and Mathura districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places elsewhere, particularly in the eastern and Uva provinces. That's it from tonight's Weather Centre. Up next is your city-by-city forecast.
And before we go, we'd like to take you to New Mexico, where the 46th Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta kicked off yesterday. Almost 600 hot air balloons from 50 countries filled the air in all shapes and colors. Thank you for joining us and have a pleasant evening.
Bringing you the news and information 24 hours a day. This is Sri Lanka's premier news channel, AntiSeitan 24/7.